November 26th. Enter by calling the Recreation Department. Senior Swim, every Wednesday until December 29th. There will be a senior swim at the Holly City Family Center located at 8 East Mulberry Street. Senior swim is for seniors 62 and older. Open swim is from 1 to 2 p.m. Community swim, every Saturday until December 18th. All members of the community are welcome to swim at the Holly City Family Center from 4 to 6 p.m. Both swims are on a first-come, first-served basis. The annual Christmas parade will be held Friday, November 26th at 7 p.m. on High Street. You can also view our annual parade by tuning in to local channel 22, Quinn Broadcasting, or on the Facebook page. If you'd like to participate in the Christmas parade, please reach out to the Millville Recreation Department. Swimming with Santa will be held on Friday, December 10th. You must sign up to participate and, again, call the Millville Recreation Department to participate. And with that, Mr. Mayor, moving forward.
Thank you. Commissioner Pepitone.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'm in receipt of the Fire Department report, which consists of the fire report, the EMS report, and inspections report. And I move that they be received and filed.
Second motion.
We get a motion. All in favor or roll call?
Roll call. Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Commissioner Udalvis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Included with this evening's agenda as an attachment to the report of commissioners is a portion of the Chapter 30 ordinance draft with proposed revisions to be discussed at the November Planning Board meeting. This section pertains to the Laurel Lake residential land use category and has been examined in the form provided by Sarah Birdsall with recommendations provided by the Planning Board Land Use Ordinance Subcommittee, composed of the city's Planning Department, Chairman Robert Gallagher, and Vice Chairman Jay Laubengeyer. Concerns pertaining to this land use category in its January 2020 draft included the following. In terms of new development and existing land use, the Chapter 30 draft in its original form would cause all current land use to be deemed nonconforming. Proposed revisions to the seasonal high water table would allow for less restriction in terms of environmental impact. In revising the seasonal high water table as shown in this new draft, the newly revised draft will allow and help to manage new development where it does not impact nor restrict existing structures or land. As a preliminary explanation to be discussed at the upcoming Planning Board meeting, the purpose of the overlay zone was to provide environmental performance standards for new development in the community. It was not intended to be applied retroactively to existing development. The newly proposed code would result in potentially rendering the majority of existing development in Laurel Lake as nonconforming uses or on nonconforming lots. Without revisions to this section of the Chapter 30 draft, the zoning district would contain absolutely no permitted uses for an existing developed neighborhood. In short, a sound zoning plan should reflect the historic and existing development patterns while guiding future development. The proposed zoning language for the Laurel Lake District, if adopted as stands, will have a significantly negative effect on this community in the form of difficulty in restoration, adding a room or garage, or other normal activities. It will also create significant difficulties for residents of this community to obtain bank mortgages for sale of properties or for refinancing. The next meeting of the City of Millville Planning Board will take place on Monday, November 8th at 6:30 p.m. in the 4th floor Commission Chambers of City Hall to discuss this proposed revision to the Chapter 30 working draft. In addition to the attachment of proposed revisions to the draft, ordinances on first reading items 2 and 3, as seen on this evening's agenda, have been provided by the Planning Department and our city solicitor. Similar to the schedule of fees for applicants that was approved to be added to the current format of the city's land use code during the October meetings of the commission, the ordinances providing updates to sections for fences and signs are also intended to adopt the standards that will be incorporated into the Chapter 30 format as provided by Sarah Birdsall. These items were discussed at previous meetings of the city's planning board and have received approval by planning, zoning, and engineering for adoption in the current format of Chapter 30 to create continuity and begin implementation upon final approval and the subsequent 20-day wait period. With the conclusion of this report, Mr. Mayor, progress.
Thank you, Commissioner. Vice Mayor Parent.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
welcome.
Yeah, we continue to work with the recovery plan, the $7.4 million. that we received from the state of New Jersey for infrastructure and other programs. So we're waiting for some of the other projects to look at and maybe move on at least one. And of course, now spending the complete $7.4 million so that some new commissioners that will be here the first of the year can spend a portion of that with other projects. We are continue working, putting together our UAZ program, which we're happy to bring back to the city of Millville for the next 10 years. Again, we're looking forward to the next administration putting that to use, but the plans will be there for you when you come through these doors. And we're looking forward to that. It's a 10-year program guaranteed by the state of New Jersey. It's a UAZ program to help us with a particular area that we have here in the city of Millville. We used to have the UAZ program to do a lot of modifications, hiring, and helping subsidize our budget. That ended after a 20-year period. Happened to be here a little bit at that time, but the state did away with that and was never brought back. We, through the New Jersey League of Municipalities, have been looking at that over the years. And again, through the efforts, and I mentioned it a few meetings ago, Mayor Bolwich from the town of Elizabeth, who's a very good friend of mine. We served together on some boards throughout the state. And he has worked so hard, I would say probably have the past 10 years of the state to bring that program back to communities like the city of Millville, enjoying also the city of Bonham with our UAZ program. Anticipation funds, anywhere from $800 to $1 million a year that will be coming in to be spent, and I hope that it's spent wisely. I encourage the new administration coming through the door, don't spend it all. Invest some of that money into the revolving loan program. That is so important. 'Cause after 10 years, we hope that we can build up that particular loan program for businesses in the future that some administration will be using to help attract businesses in our city. Please don't spend it all. Invest it, and I think the city will benefit over the years. We're looking forward to that. We're also, believe it or not, working on next year's budget. It's that budget time. I know Mrs. Shepherd's here in the audience, our CFO, and we're trying to get some things cleaned up again for the first of the year for the new administration coming in. So, again, to those who are elected, we will be available through the Revenue and Finance Department to work with you and to help you out on the transitional period. So that you become more aware of where we are definitely in the Revenue and Finance Department. It's a very big department and a lot of responsibilities. We will work with all who want to take advantage of that. I want you to know that. Okay? And with that, Mayor, progress.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the Streets and Roads Report for the month of October 2021.
Mayor, motion to receive and file the Streets and Roads Report.
Second the motion.
I'd like to, do we vote on it or would like to read it first? Can I read it?
Sure.
Thank you. So here's a report from my supervisor, Wayne Gressman. This is a report for Streets and Roads for October 2021. They collected 126 tires, 4 appliances collected, 3,600 bags of loose leaves and grass clippings were collected, 60 tons of brush was collected, 117 curbside code violations were given, 2 curbside tickets were written, 402 electronic waste received, road repair at 30 Cornwell completed, road repair 19 East Broad Street, road repair at Penn and Oak Street, road repair 709 North 4th Street, road repair 12 North 8th Street, road repair 4th and F Street. All these were completed. They were all asphalt repairs completed by Streets and Roads. The storm drains repaired at Wellington cul-de-sac, that was completed, and we are now collecting loose leaves, which started November 1st and will continue through December 31st. So all of you that have all those leaves in your yards, make sure you get them out there. Any questions, you can call 856-825-7000, extension 7388 for Streets and Roads Supervisor Wayne Gressman. So we vote?
Roll call, sure.
Perfect, ma'am.
Commissioner Pepitone,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent,
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis,
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper,
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. We'll go into ordinances on second reading, please.
Okay, there's one this evening. It's an ordinance of the City of Millville, New Jersey, amending Chapter 46, Article 1 through Article 38, Personnel Policies.
Mr. Mayor, move for the passage of this proposed ordinance on second and final consideration.
Second the motion.
We got a motion and a second on ordinance reading number 1. This is open up to the public. Anyone that want to make a comment, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments for 5 minutes. This concerns an ordinance of the City of Millville, New Jersey, amending Chapter 46 concerning personnel policies. Seeing no one, I close comments of the public on ordinance number 1.
Yes,
Madam-
Mr. Mayor, as a point of clarification, and having confirmed this item with the business administrator, revisions made to the language of the Chapter 46 personnel policies have been reviewed by Labor Council and the city solicitor to determine that any changes to the ordinance on first reading are ancillary in nature and not substantive. I will defer to the city solicitor to provide additional comment and explanation on this item at this time.
Yes, I did speak with Administrator Burke on this, and the changes were necessitated by a meeting with the union, and but the recommendations or the requests that they made for changes were, in my opinion, not substantive changes. And Administrator Burke indicated that that was likewise the opinion of bond counsel. And so this, in my opinion, can be voted on at second reading tonight because the changes are non-substantive in nature.
Very good. Thank you.
Labor Council.
Anyone else? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Ordinances on first reading, please.
We have a bond ordinance authorizing various capital improvements and acquisitions, appropriating $398,000 to pay the cost thereof, authorizing the issuance of $378,100 of bonds to finance the appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in the anticipation of the issuance of bonds.
Mr. Mayor, move the passage of this proposed ordinance on first reading with final consideration to be given on November 15th, 2021, after due publication provided for by law.
Second the motion.
We got a motion and a second. Are there any comments?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. In reviewing the city's supplemental debt statement, the net debt is currently 1.33%, marking a decrease compared to the 1.464% that was published in the supplemental debt statement on July 6th during the reading of the previous bond ordinance. The city's CFO, Marcella Shepard, can provide additional explanation to the public on this item if seeking to do so at this time.
One, two. Marcella? Too late. I was going to have it go here.
I just want to explain that the reason for the decrease is that we made our bond payments for a year, and that's the reason why the percentage is actually
Drop
lower.
down.
And I also want to mention that in the bond ordinance, I have listed a bucket truck for the Parks Department. It's not a bucket truck, it's a regular truck. I
Okay.
didn't have enough time to have bond counsel make that clarification, and he assured me for the next meeting that we will make a change.
Okay.
Thanks, Marcy.
Additionally, Mr. Mayor, I did contact our CFO regarding the letters or the correspondences of necessity for the items contained on the bond ordinance. And I received one copy from Samantha Cruz of Parks and Public Property explaining the need to replace a previous vehicle sold at auction due to limited parts in fleet to address repairs, in addition to a second letter from Wayne Gressman of Streets and Roads explaining that it was necessary to replace a vital piece of equipment for snow removal that had been damaged. The items included were specified by the CFO as having been existing capital improvements listed on the 2021 capital budget adopted on April 20th of this year, in addition to the appropriated and estimated cost of informational technology in the amount of $27,000, made at the request of the CFO to better secure the city's network and fund additional IT improvements. For this recommendation and reason, I support this evening's adoption of the bond ordinance to fund the one-time capital expenditures. I know that we received comments from the public regarding our surveying of finance expenditures moving forward with this year, and in having demonstrated the evidence this evening, I hope that provides due diligence to the process.
Thank you, Commissioners. Any other comments of the Commissioners? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Pepitone,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Perrin.
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis.
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper.
Yes.
Mayor Santiago.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance amending Millville City Code, Chapter 30, Land Use and Development Regulations, Article 14, Supplemental Zoning Districts Regulation, Section 133, Fences, Walls, and Hedges, in order to modernize regulations governing fences and walls.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this ordinance on first reading with final consideration to be given on Monday, November 15th, 2021, after due publication as provided for by law.
Second motion?
Get a motion and a second. Are there any comments?
This is one of the items to which I referred in the Commissioner's report. It has been discussed duly by Planning, Zoning, Engineering, as well as the Planning Board in regard to the language to be supplemented and to be incorporated later into our Chapter 30 draft ordinance.
Very good. Anyone else? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Pepitone.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Perrin.
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis.
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper.
Yes.
Mayor Santiago.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 is an ordinance amending Millville City Code, Chapter 30, Land Use and Development Regulations, Article 23, Signs, Section 259, et sec, in order to modernize and update regulations governing signs in the city.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this ordinance on first reading with final consideration to be given on Monday, November 15th, 2021, after due publication as provided for by law.
Second motion?
Got a motion and a second. Are there any comments?
This was a second item, as mentioned during the Commissioner's report. It's also one that our zoning board has inquired, as well as our planning board, in regard to variances in regard to signs. So with modernizing our ordinance in regard to signs, this is to help mitigate future variances that may result by having the language interpreted as such.
Anyone else? Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Perrin?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Consent agenda items, please.
Okay, all matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Board of Commissioners and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the governing body member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 1 is a resolution authorizing adjustments in the tax and utility record. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing the determination to hereby cancel various accounts and contracts payable or encumbrances with balances. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing special assessment of municipal liens for certain properties due to expenses incurred by the City of Millville relating to cut and clean, plus administrative fees in accordance with Chapter 11, Article 6 of the Municipal Code. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing special assessment of municipal liens for certain properties due to expenses incurred by the City of Millville relating to board and secure, plus administrative fees in accordance with Chapter 11, Article 6 of the Municipal Code. And item 5 is a resolution approving a discharge of mortgage executed by Frederick Biggs for property located at 1121 Ferreton Road, Block 77, Lot 7.
A motion to approve all items on the consent agenda?
Second the motion?
Get a second and a motion. Are there any comments on? We don't have any comments. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Make sure you're
Yes.
paying attention.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Perrin? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Resolutions.
Okay, item 1 is a resolution authorizing and directing $20,760.74 in second-generation urban enterprise zone funds to be provided to support the administration of the Millville-Vineland Urban Enterprise Zone.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have a certification of availability of funds from Marcella Shepard, Chief Financial Officer, in the amount of $20,760.74. Move the adoption of this resolution.
Second motion.
Get a motion and a second. Are any comments?
Yes, if I may, Mr. Mayor. These are administrative costs, the joint venture with Vineland, when I mentioned earlier about the UEZ zone. There's a portion of, we give within that zone, because there's meetings with the board and all, and a lot of the projects that between Millville and Vineland would be voted on with a board consisting of some members from Millville and members of Vineland that serve on that board as a joint urban enterprise zone. And it's our contribution for administrative costs. And again, it will be a pleasure working with our good friends in the city of Vineland, trying to get some of these projects moved between Vineland and Millville. So, thanks, Mayor.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Perrin?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of a grit classifier screw conveyor for the sewer utility through a cooperative purchasing agreement between Omnia and Applied Industrial Technologies at 129 East 9th Avenue, Runnymede, New Jersey, 08078, with a total cost of $79,122.22.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have a certification of availability of funds from Marcellus Shepard, Chief Financial Officer, in the amount of $79,122.22, and move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Got a motion and a second. Are there any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing a person-to-person transfer of the plenary retail consumption license 061033012007, Grayling Corporation, to Brinker Freehold Incorporated, and directing the municipal clerk to endorse the license certificate to the new owner effective November 3rd, 2021.
Mr. Mayor, move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second motion.
Got a motion and a second. Are there any comments?
This is Chili's, like, so somebody's.
Chili's?
Yes, it's just a person-to-person. They're buying them out.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution approving the shared services agreement between the City of Millville and the Cumberland County Improvement hereinafter the Authority for Capital Projects Management in an amount not to exceed $125,000.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have a certification of availability of funds from Marcellus Shepard, Chief Financial Officer, in the amount of $125,000, and move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Got a motion and a second. Are there any comments?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. As a point of clarification, once again, while this resolution pertains to parks and public property, I would be pleased to provide a brief explanation to the public of the intent and process for adopting this shared service agreement, which is unrelated to that of redevelopment legal counsel. As explained to me by the business administrator, this cost is associated with covering the costs of architects and contractors studying and making necessary repairs to the curtain walls of City Hall. The purpose for utilizing shared service is to respond expeditiously utilizing the rates of the RFPs and the rates provided through quotes of the vendors to specify a scope of services that the city needs to make the repairs for structural and safety purposes, and to secure a contract amount that had already been previously bonded for and approved. I understand that City Solicitor Brock Russell is prepared to provide further explanation on this item this evening, and I defer to his explanation at this time.
Yeah, I think this is for the curtain wall problem of this building, which is a substantial problem. And I think it's for the architectural work to look at what needs to be done or can be done to correct that problem. And I don't think it calls for spending on the actual renovation work.
Thank you,
Maybe a lot
Solicitor.
more than $125,000.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Any other comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution reappointing Sheila Rizal, a Class 4 member of the Millville Zoning Board of Adjustment, with a term expiring on December 12th, 2025.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Got a motion and a second. Are there any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution approving First Amendment to Professional Service Agreement with Marmero Law LLC, Special Counsel for Tax Appeals, awarding it an additional $10,000 for a total contract amount of $25,000.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have a certification of availability of funds from Marcellus Shepard, the Chief Financial Officer, in the amount of $10,000, and move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Got a motion and a second. Are there any comments?
Yes, briefly, Mr. Mayor. As stated on previous instances when amendments to contracts have been included on the agenda, I did not provide previous approval for this contract during the awarding of professional service contracts in January 2021. Therefore, I will be voting no to this resolution item, consistent with my original vote. Thank
Very-
you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? No. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
No.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
New business, please.
Okay, I just need a motion to authorize the city clerk to advertise requests for RFPs for 2022 for various professional services contracts to be received by the Purchasing Board, 12 South High Street, Millville, New Jersey, on Thursday, December 2nd, 2021, at 10 a.m.
Mr. Mayor, move for the motion.
Second motion?
Get a motion and a second on new business item number 1. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 2 is a motion to authorize the city clerk to advertise for RFPs for 2022 for various health services contracts to be received by the purchasing board, 12 South High Street, Millville, New Jersey, on Thursday, December 2nd, 2021, at 10 a.m.
Mr. Mayor, move for the motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Are there any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. And I just need a motion to authorize the city clerk to advertise for RFPs for 2022, 2023 for banking services contracts to be received by the purchasing board on Thursday, December 2nd, at 10 a.m.
Mr. Mayor, move the motion.
Second motion.
Motion and a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you. We've reached the public comment portion of this meeting. Anyone who would like to address this commission, please go to the podium. State your name and address your concerns, and please limit your comments to 5 minutes. Seeing no one, I close the public comment portion. Comments of commissioners. Commissioner Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome.
The pumpkin extravaganza that you heard me talk about earlier was really something special. When you see all the departments come together, and Holly City Development and Silver Run, it was really tremendous. We said it was 300 kids out there. I think it was probably more. The whole block was packed. Everyone had a lot of fun. And it's just good to see the community out there working out together and just enjoying each other. And with that, Mr. Mayor, moving forward.
Thank you. Commissioner Pepitone.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
The mantle of responsibility for our fair city will soon transfer to new shoulders. I would like to congratulate the newly elected commission and wish you all the success. As you do better, our city does better. Good luck. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Commissioner Udalvis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As we conclude this evening's meeting, I would like to acknowledge the city's recently elected candidates for the Millville City Commission and extend to you my heartfelt support as you prepare to embark upon your upcoming term and the next 4 years. Your journey that begins on January 3rd, 2022 will be characterized by the many challenges that each new commission encounters, but it is my hope for each of you, as it is for the city of Millville, that the continued support of the city's professionals provide for a positive transition into the next 4 years. While I have steadfastly expressed that my role through December 31st, 2021 will be to continue to work tirelessly on behalf of the citizens of Millville, I also seek to provide my sincerest support to each of you as commissioners through December 31st and beyond, if necessary, to aid and assist in your new roles in public service on behalf of our residents and neighbors. I found this opportunity on the day after Election Day to be a most suitable occasion to demonstrate that we are one Millville with a sole purpose to work respectfully and graciously toward one another to advance our city's most precious commodity, which is the community that we work to serve. With this one purpose in mind, I congratulate you each once again on your new roles in our city government. And with the conclusion of this comment, Mr. Mayor, progress.
Thank you. Vice Mayor.
Thank you again, Mr. Mayor. Congratulations to all the winners in the past election. Good luck. It's going to be a lot different in your life when you set up here, but it's a great experience. A lot of work is going to be done through the next administration. This evening, we moved on some requests for proposals. You will be voting on those when you have your first meeting, and there will be more requests for proposals that we'll be working on and for your review. So again, a lot of that work we're getting prepared in the Revenue and Finance Department for you. Please, once again, come on down to City Hall. We're more than happy to work with you all, so you have a familiarity of what we do and how we go about doing it. And the Revenue and Finance Department is a very large department. A lot of responsibilities. It's just not the Revenue and Finance end of it. You have the municipal clerk, you have the tax collector, tax assessor, HR, human resource. There's a lot that goes in my particular department. I will spend whatever time you need to go and review all of that, okay? It's for your education. once again, thank you for having the courage to want to sit up here, okay? And you'll do fine. Once again, rely on your professional people who are here in City Hall. They are the best. So I know they all will work with you when you come through those doors. So again, you have a couple months to get your feet wet a little bit. We are here to help you with a transitional period, okay? Don't hesitate to call. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. I would like also to wish all the newly elected commissioners much success. Because of your success will be the success of all the great residents of Millville. As a longtime resident, husband, father, grandfather, and a public servant here in my hometown, it reminds me of a quote that always has inspired my life. You see things and you say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? Let's work together in the years to come because our legacy should be, why not can the city of Millville be a great place to foster economic and personal success moving forward for generations to come? And I heard Reverend Kenyon say this, God bless the Holly City. I just wish you all the success. Together as a team, you know that things can be moved. So congratulations to all of you. I wish all of you were here. I know we're missing Mr. Sewey and Mr. Quinn, but congratulations to all of you from me personally, and hopefully that you'll be able to move this city forward.
Good remarks, Mayor.
Thank you. With that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second motion.
Motion is second. This means over. Be safe going home.